Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, good evening, everyone. First item is an opportunity for questions or comments from the public. Anyone? Okay, next is to announce that we have been recognized in the statewide citizen communication contest. Bill, you want to elaborate?
Sure. So the township applied for, it's a statewide contest, so there's about 1,800 municipalities that can apply for this throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And this year, we're very proud to announce that we received 4 awards. Second place for our social media, second place for the most improved newsletter, second place for newsletters for population over 5,000, and then third place for our website. As council knows, because it's council's direction to the staff, is our openness, our transparency, and our communication with our citizens. The staff works very hard and does a great job, and we always looking to better ourselves with communication, but through our website, through our social media, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We also have our Comcast and Verizon government channels. We're still one of the few communities around that still do a paper newsletter. A lot of people refer to it as our magazine now. It's grown, and it's a beautiful thing that we put out 3 times a year. But many communities don't do that anymore. They create it and then they put it online on their website, but they don't put it in paper form. They don't mail it to their residents. We mail out 13,000 3 times a year to make sure we hit every property owner, every renter, and every business owner in Horsham Township. So we're always constantly thinking of better ways to communicate, and it's growing. As you know, we learn ourselves, and technology is changing and different ways are changing, and we adapt to that. We have our bulletin boards in our park system and along our trails that we put information out on. So we're very proud. I tell our staff a lot of the times we don't, pat ourselves on the back as often as we should, but we do a great job, and the staff does a fantastic job trying to get information out to the residents. So it's nice to be recognized externally from a statewide contest and the work that we do and that you give us direction on.
Well, it's very well done, and congratulations to your entire staff for all they do. Awesome stuff. Next is to announce and recognize the Horsham Farmers Market. It was recently voted the best farmers market in Montgomery. We got the best of everything around here.
We do, and that's the truth. We really do have a wonderful community in Horsham. But as council knows, our farmers market started a number of years ago. I think it was inside the library or outside the library. Outside, and they transitioned up here to around the community center on the parking lot, and it's really, really, we've all been to it, and it is the best farmers market. But the market itself doesn't create the best market. Again, it's the staff, and Kathy and Kevin Dick are here, and I know they have a crew behind them that assists them. But it's Kathy, it's Kevin, and it's their crew that makes the farmers market. They have really, they've done an amazing job. Each year they make it better and better and better. Where you think like, well, that's it. I mean, you can't get any better. Oh yeah, wait till next year. Kathy and Kevin have ideas, and they have probably 2 or 3 people behind them that work with them and assist them with the farmers market. So this year, you probably saw it on, I think it mainly was online, but they have this Montgomery County Best 2023 award program, and they have best of everything, but one category is farmers market. And this year, with all the votes that were tallied up, the Horsham Farmers Market was number one in the county. So, Kathy, Kevin, thank you. Thank you for all the work that you do. You're amazing, and you're the other, I don't remember, Rob, Kristen, and amazing. So thank you.
Volunteers. We couldn't do it without our volunteers.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing that you've done and created here in Horsham, and we thank you for that. And it's more of a recognition to you and those others for the time that you've done and committed to making this the best farmers market.
Hope you'll pass along our gratitude for yourselves and for your entire staff that's doing that. And I don't know if there's anything further you want to say about it, or if you have anything new coming up that you want to tell us about, or you're going to...
Well, just what started out as an idea.
You have to go up to the mic because
sorry.
we're filming.
I'm not much of a public speaker, so but
all right.
I didn't think I'd be a manager of a farmer's market either. So what started out as an idea of Rick Lutz 6 years ago has blossomed into this wonderful community event. And we're so very grateful for the support of Horsham Council, Bill, and the Horsham Township Library, Regina, and it's just been an amazing event. We're having a lot of fun organizing it. So we look forward to May 21st, our preview market. So if you're available to stop by, come on over. It's a lot of fun. See a lot of nice faces. It's a good time. So come on over if you're able.
Awesome.
All right.
Great. Thank you
you.
again. Congratulations.
It'll also be at Horsham Day.
Yes.
And then when does your season kick off?
June 11th is the first day of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark your calendars.
Kathy and Kevin, we're going to get through some recognitions here, but if you could hang out because we want to do pictures. We're going to take a short recess and do pictures after we're through everyone. Thanks.
Hey, next is Nadia Kushner. You completed your requirements for your Girl Scout Gold Award with your project at College Settlement. Would you like to come up and tell us about that?
We were notified by the Girl Scouts of America that Nadia was going to be receiving her Gold Star Award, which I believe is very similar to the Eagle Scout for the Boy Scouts. Nadia is, of course, a Horsham resident and Happel Horsham senior. So she is here this evening for you to recognize her and to tell us about this award and what she did at College Settlement.
So I've been a Girl Scout for the past 13 years in Happel Horsham, and I recently was awarded the Gold Award, which is a project that uses 80+ hours of community service for the project to be sustainable. I created a STEM program for a college settlement camp for them to use every year, so some kind of activity for each letter: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And then I went up for a week with every day. It's just down the street, and I did each activity each day with them so they knew how to run it, and then they can use it each year. And then next year I'll be going to Muhlenberg College for dance education.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, we do have a proclamation for you, and it reads as follows. The Girl Scout Gold Award is the highest achievement in Girl Scouting and is awarded to Girl Scouts who have demonstrated exceptional leadership skills, a commitment to service, and have taken action to effect lasting change in their communities and in the world. Nadia C. Kushner of Horsham has earned the Girl Scout Award, placing her among the less than 6% of Girl Scouts who receive this award, this prestigious award. Nadia's Gold Award project involved the creation of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, the curriculum activities for children at the College Settlement Camp in Horsham, which offers the programs to underprivileged children in the Philadelphia area. Nadia's prior achievements include the Girl Scout Bronze and Silver Awards, as well as serving as a student leader in extracurricular activities such as the Minithon and Link Crew, volunteering as a teacher of hip-hop to young children, and holding leadership positions in the American Carpathian Russian Youth Local Board. I got that right. Nadia Kirshner's commitment to community service leadership and her achievement of the Girl Scout Gold Award are a testament to her dedication, perseverance, and a positive example for all of Horsham Township residents. So be it resolved that Horsham Township Council deems it an honor and a privilege to extend to Nadia Kushner our sincerest congratulations for her achievements of the Gold Award, and express our thanks for her work in the Horsham Township community. Nadia's remarkable leadership skills, dedication to service, and community spirit are an inspiration to us all. Congratulations, you are truly, truly a role model for other young kids coming up.
Thank you.
So hang tight, and we'll do some pictures after we're done all this other stuff. All right, Bill, who's next? We got Nancy DeFlorio.
Nancy DeFlorio, unfortunately, was not able to join us this evening, but Nancy was our Code Enforcement Department Secretary for 22 years, also a township resident, and I think you all know Nancy, and she was just a lady with a big heart. And you know, code enforcement is sometimes not the easiest department to deal with. You're dealing with residents that either were told no, or that they can't do something, or a contractor that, but each and every day she came with a smile, and she dealt with everyone with a smile, and her big heart, calmed people down, calmed the residents down, calmed the contractors down. She dealt with them all, but we will miss her, but a retirement well-deserved, and we wish her well, very happy, long, healthy retirement.
And now we know that Nancy couldn't be here tonight, but since we're videotaping, she can read it. Now, we're going to be giving this to her at a later date, Bill, right?
Yes, yep.
And congratulations to Nancy. So next, we have the retirement of Dr. Monica J. Taylor, our Assistant Superintendent of Hatboro Horsham School District. There you
So
are,
we
right
all
there.
know Monica. I won't call her Dr. Taylor, but we all know Monica. She's been here 22 years with the district? 22 years with the district. And you started off as this crooked billet principal? So I did not know Monica until she came over to the ad building, but she has done an outstanding job with our students in our school district. I got to know her primarily through the school district, but she's also a Rotarian. So she was active in the Horsham Rotary Club, always volunteering. You'd probably remember seeing her at the Rotary Horsham Day Bingo check-in desk, and also very active with HHEF, Hatboro Horsham Education Foundation. But just, you see her smile. So what she did for our school district over 22 years, and trying to keep everyone, Bill Leza, Curtis, and Scott sitting next to her, trying to keep them in line and focused. That was a tough job. And but she's been remarkable. Very supportive of the children, very supportive of the district, very supportive of the communities, both Hatboro and Horsham. Volunteering, giving back. You couldn't ask for a better assistant superintendent. And we appreciate her and the time the 22 years that she gave to our district. We will miss you. Hopefully you won't be a stranger. Thank you. And we too wish her a very happy, long, healthy retirement.
You'd like to come up and say a few words, or? I know we're putting you on the spot, right?
Thank you, Bill, for that kind introduction. I'd like to just extend my gratitude to you for partnering with me in the work over the past 22 years. It has been truly my honor and privilege and pleasure to serve this community. I've had some wonderful times working along with Bill and other members of the Horsham Township leadership in different capacities. And one of my fondest memories will be the time that I spent serving on the Horsham Township Tricentennial Committee. And we had some great activities associated with that historic celebration. So just thank you so very much for your support. I will not be a stranger. I promise that I will continue to mark my calendar for Horsham Day, the first Saturday in June each year. And I look forward to seeing you all in the future. So thanks again.
And we also have a proclamation for you as well, and it reads as follows. Dr. Monica J. Taylor has dedicated her life and career to the field of education and has made a profound impact on the Happer Horsham School District. Dr. Taylor has served as the Assistant Superintendent in the Happer Horsham School District, where she demonstrated exemplary leadership and a commitment to equity, excellence, and inclusivity. Dr. Taylor has been an active participant in many national and local educational, professional, and service organizations, including the Delaware Valley Consortium for Equity and Excellence, United Way, Montgomery County and the Rotary Club International, Horsham, PA chapter. Dr. Taylor has been recognized with numerous awards and accolades for her outstanding contributions to education and leadership, including the Dr. Norman K. Miller Scholarship for Educational Leadership from Arcadia University, and is being named one of Philadelphia's most influential African Americans for 4 consecutive years by the Philadelphia Tribune. Dr. Taylor has been instrumental in establishing the Jarrett Nature Center outdoor environmental classroom, coordinating the district's transition to full-day kindergarten, working collaboratively on several construction projects, and forming the HHSD Home and School Council, among many other achievements. Dr. Taylor has been a passionate supporter of staff and student-led academic, civic, and social programs, and has been an exceptional advocate for the Horsham community. Be it resolved that Horsham Township Council hereby proclaims its sincere gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Monica Taylor's 36 years of dedicated service to the field of education in the Happer Horsham School District. We extend our heartfelt congratulations on her well-deserved retirement and thank her for her many contributions to our community. Dr. Taylor's legacy will continue to inspire and benefit generations of students and educators to come. Congratulations again. I think that was it. I'm done. It's a lot of reading. So what we'll do now is we'll just take a little break, and we'll have people come up and do some pictures, and we'll move on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item, announcing that our 2022 Township Annual Report is completed and available on the Township website.
Yes, sir. So we are very proud of what we accomplish every year. So the annual report is now complete for 2022. It is available on the website. There's a copy here at the front desk of the Township Building, and there's also a copy of the Township Library. So a lot of good stuff, about 25 pages, but again, very proud of what we've accomplished all last year.
Very good, sir. Next is the presentation by the Horsham Rotary Club.
So Dr. Joe Demaro is here this evening from the Horsham Rotary Club, representing the Rotary Club. I don't want to steal any of his thunder, but the Rotary Club's been working and planning for to memorialize Tony Calabrero. We all know Tony passed away last October. Very influential person in our community, very involved in our community, and the Rotary and a Horsham Rotary Club member, and the Rotary Club is in front of you this evening for you to review what they'd like to do at everybody's playground and ask for your consideration for them to proceed forward. Dr. Demaro.
Thank you. So I see that that's a signed copy with my signature on it. So I had approved the artwork, but we have not placed the order until we get approval from Township Council. Anyway, Tony was a very avid and dedicated member of Horsham Rotary, obviously very, very involved with the community. The Rotary wanted they gave me the task of figuring out something that we could do to memorialize him. He was involved with everybody's playground from the beginning, actually before the beginning. And by the way, just as an aside, Bill, the 20th anniversary of the dedication of everybody's playground is next month. Anyway, I've had multiple conversations with Bill, mostly via email, but also at least one visit to the playground. And what we came up with was this, and this is a mock-up of a panel It is 3.5 feet by 3 feet. That will be installed at the playground. It's actually two-sided, and you'll notice that on the bottom there are 9 icons, and each one of those icons are something that Tony loved. They will also correspond to medallions that will be placed at various places on the playground equipment. So the idea is the kids will go up and they'll look and see the grapes, and then they'll have to go off through the playground and find the medallion. So it's just something that they can do at the playground. By the way, the grapes were a compromise. If any of you knew Tony, you know that he liked to make grape juice. And if you know Tony, you know what I'm talking about. I don't think Bill thought it was appropriate to have a wine bottle there, so we switched to a bunch of grapes. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if you have anything to add, Bill.
The club's been working at this. They were in front of your Park and Rec Board last month in April, and the Park and Rec Board gave their recommended approval for this project at their April meeting.
Anybody have any questions? Or? I think it's a great idea. Tony was a great guy and deserves this in his memory. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Go ahead and give that approval.
Just give direction. Yeah, you don't have to do a motion, but just direction to move forward with it.
Forward.
Now I'll place the order.
Now you can place it.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks,
You're
Joe.
welcome.
Joe, do you have a time frame from Steve from Landscape Structures? Did he give you a sense? I forget.
No, but you told me that I have to stay on him because sometimes he forgets about things.
Yes.
So I
yes.
will stay on him.
Okay.
I thought this was done in a relatively timely manner.
I thought so too. It's not. It's just a panel and
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
medallions that we had to put around.
Oh, yeah,
it.
I guess that's the other part, is that we don't have to wait for them to install it.
Public Works.
Yeah, the township, Bill has generously offered to have his employees. It's just a matter of, I think, a dozen bolts or so to bolt it in place. So all they have to do is manufacture it and ship it to us. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we got a couple motions to get through. First is the approval of minutes.
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Moved and second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is our treasurer's report.
The balance in the general fund as of April 30th, 2023 is $4,932,880.09. For the most part, the activity in all funds reflects budget expectations for the month. Our revenues in the general fund are at 55.25% of budget, and expenditures are at 30.49% of budget. For a more detailed presentation of our current financial position, I would refer you to your monthly booklet.
Hey, we got three motions for checks.
I move to ratify the list of checks in all funds in the amount of $69,032.19 and further move to authorize payment of the same. I move to approve the list of checks in all funds in the amount of $1,202,361.18 and further move to authorize payment of the same. I move to ratify the U.S. Bank credit card transactions for the month of April 2023 in the amount of $24,977.03.
Moved and second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is consider an extension on the Hankin Tract Commercial Land Development.
So 1300 Eastern Road is owned by Hallmark Homes. It's a part of the former Hankin property. This is the commercial side on 611. It's not owned by Pulte Homes. Pulte Homes owns what's being constructed now in the rear section where they're building the twins. This commercial land development of 1300 Eastern Road received preliminary land development approval in 2018. So this month it's 5 years. Mr. Rich Carroll is here this evening from Hallmark Homes, and he's going to take a little history because three of you were not on council in 2018 to understand what is going on, what this is, and a little historical background. So Rich will give us a little short history of the project, and then he would like to ask for an extension of this preliminary approval, and I'll turn it over to Rich.
So, as Bill stated, Rich Carroll from Hallmark Building Group. Number one, I promise to rename this. I know we've renamed every other Hankin tract in the community. I promise to rename this something else shortly. So as Bill said, this plan in front of you today received approval back in 2018. The zoning on the property has not changed. Currently, as configured in these four buildings, there's just shy of 73,000 square foot of retail and commercial on the plan. It's by right. There are a list of deed restrictions that are recorded against the property already. Nothing is changing with the deed restrictions there. To give you an idea, at the bottom of the plan here is the main gate to the base. This is the traffic light that is being replaced when Independence Way gets completed. Independence Way should be paved just shy of Easton Road in the next 2 weeks. And then they're going to continue with some of the hop work that they've had some issues with PennDOT and the permitting there. So Pulte is putting all that in. They're actually going to improve the entire frontage. We have a contract with Equity Retail Brokers for the listing of the commercial and retail section. So as soon as we get a little bit more cleaned up out front there, you'll see a sign going up, and we'll start marketing the property. Originally, this was part of the master subdivision that included the 121 lots in the back. There's actually 2 lots here. Lot 2, which is this portion, and there's a lot line right here for Lot 3. This was designed at the time, back in 2018, this big building here, to be a supermarket. The market for supermarkets is it's very slow right now. So, and especially in this location with Amazon and Aldi and everybody else, we're heavily market oversupplied here. So there will possibly be, when we come in to resubmit plans to go for final, there will possibly be a reconfiguration with this in keeping with the zoning, the current underlying zoning here, which I believe goes CG2. Yeah, so it's CG2 here. So what we're looking for tonight is consideration on the extension of the preliminary plan approval for another 2 years. That'll allow us to get in, market the property, and be able to find an anchor tenant to move forward with building out the project.
You okay with 5 years?
Sure,
I got 5 years in front of me. I don't know.
sure. 5 years is fine.
Everybody okay with that? Okay, then we'll just make a motion.
I move to approve the resolution as proposed, approving a 5-year extension on the preliminary approval granted on May 9th, 2018 for the 1300 Easton Road Commercial Land Development.
Moved and second is a roll call vote.
Mr. Chaudhry, how do you vote? Aye. Ms. Harmon, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote? And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Great.
Hopefully give you enough time to get something going, right?
Yeah,
Very good, sir.
absolutely. Thank you.
All right, take care. Okay, next is a resolution for a waiver of land development with conditions from Eurofins.
So Eurofins was in front of you last month for their waiver. They are ready for your consideration tonight with the resolution for the waiver of land development to construct the loading dock.
Anything from you, Mayor?
Nothing. Ms. Pianzio is here tonight on behalf of the applicant. She's reviewed the resolution, and she made one change, which was incorporated. It's ready to go.
You good to go? We have a motion?
I move to approve the resolution as proposed, approving a waiver of land development with conditions for Eurofins at 795 Horsham Road for the construction of a loading dock.
Second.
Been moved and second is a roll call vote.
Mr. Chaudhry, how do you vote? Aye. Ms. Harmon, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, have a good night. We have two subdivision land development plans to look at.
There for your consideration this evening. The first one is finally, you tabled it the last couple meetings because we didn't have their agreement to accept conditions. 901 Horsham Road, which is the Joseph's Catering property. We do have their agreement to accept conditions, and they are ready for your consideration for final approval this evening.
Do we have a motion?
I move to adopt the resolution as proposed, granting preliminary/final approval to the 901 Horsham Road LLC, 901 Horsham Road, Joseph Catering, Land Development Plan 22-10-D.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. It's a roll call vote.
Mr. Chaudhry, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Harmon, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote? Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, and then we have RCM.
This is the 853 County Line Road, the warehouse plan. They are also, they received recommended final approval from the Planning Commission, and we do have their agreement to accept conditions, and they are ready for your consideration this evening for their final approval.
We have a motion?
I move to adopt the resolution as proposed, granting final approval to the RCM, was that 7 LLC, 853 West County Line Road, Land Development Plan 22-09-D.
I second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. It's a roll call vote.
Mr. Chaudhry, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Harmon, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Vote aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next is consider resolution authorizing to submit a military installation remediation and infrastructure authority, otherwise known as MIRIA, their grant program application.
This will be a grant application, as you just mentioned, through MIRIA. It's a $7.5 million grant for the intersection improvements at Limekill Pike and Horsham Road.
We have a motion?
I move to adopt the resolution as proposed, authorizing a grant application to the Military Installation Remediation and Infrastructure Authority.
Second.
Moved and seconded. It's a roll call vote.
Mr. Chaudhry, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Harmon, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
And Mr. McCouch, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next we have to consider agreement with MIRIA for the Office Park shuttle services.
This is simply a reimbursement agreement. As you know, Miria put out the RFP for the shuttle bus service that will run from the train station to two of our office parks starting in July or August. And this is just, again, a reimbursement agreement that the township will reimburse Miria for all costs related to the shuttle bus.
I move to authorize a reimbursement agreement with the Military Installation Remediation and Infrastructure Authority for expenses related to the Horsham Office Park business bus
Second.
shuttle services.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is two appointments for the Horsham Water and Sewer Authority.
There's two members that have resigned from the Water and Sewer Authority Board due to relocating out of the township, and we have two vacancies to fill.
I move to appoint Timothy Smeltzer to the Horsham Water and Sewer Authority Board for a term ending on December 31st, 2026, and to appoint Michael J. Shortle to the Horsham Water and Sewer Authority Board for a term ending December 31st, 2027.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is, we have some bids for paving, milling, line painting, ADA ramps, plantings for the Whitmer Road Basin.
Yes, I'll start with the paving bids. This is our private contractor that does the private contracting part of our paving. We had 6 contractors bid. The highest was Associated Paving Contractors at $482,857.60, followed by T. Schaefer Contractors at $455,400. $514.40, followed by Blooming Glen Contractors at $442,415.25, followed by Allen Myers at $405,607.40, followed by Glasgow Incorporated at $391,754.30, and then followed by James D. Morrissey Incorporated at $356,961. The staff is recommending for your consideration this evening, James D. Morrissey being the lowest responsible bidder.
Want to just go on with the milling, and we'll do all the motions at the end.
Yes, sir. So the milling, we received 5 bids. The highest was Associated Paving Contractors at $63,346. Rota Mill Incorporated at $59,286.44. C&C Super Seal at $47,176. James D. Morrissey Incorporated at $45,009, and A. Giuliani Equipment Company at $39,841.30. The staff recommendation is A. Giuliani Equipment and Company being the lowest responsible bidder. The next one would be line painting. We only had, which is not uncommon, we've had this the last few years because many companies don't do it anymore. But we only had one bidder. I think we've had one bidder the last 2 or 3 years, and that's because most have gone out of business or they're too busy working for PennDOT and the county governments, and they don't have enough time left for local municipalities. So A1 Traffic Control Products was the bidder at $55,020.97. That we have used them. In fact, they were our company last year. And the staff's recommendation is A1 Traffic Control Products being the lowest responsible bidder for line painting. For ADA ramps, the concrete work, I'm not, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 bidders. I'm not going to go through all those numbers.
The lowest one.
The highest one was $124,950. The lowest responsible bidder being recommended by the staff is LB Construction Enterprises Incorporated at $49,900. And then the last bid is for plantings at Whitmer Road Basin, and they had 4 bids received. Mid-Atlantic Property Maintenance bid at $71,782.84. Lawrence Site Contractors bid at $39,850. Delaware Environmental Construction Services bid at $27,329.40. And the lowest responsible bidder, which the staff is recommending, is All Seasons Landscaping Company, Inc. at $18,230.
Okay. Now we have some motions.
I move to award the paving bid to James D. Morrissey in the amount of $356,961 and hereby authorize the execution of the contract for the same. Keep going.
Just do them all one time. Yeah, good.
I move to award the milling bid to A. Giuliani Equipment Company in the amount of $39,841.30 and hereby authorize execution of the contract for the same. I move to award the line painting bid to A1 Traffic Control Products in the amount of $55,020.97 and hereby authorize execution of the contract for same. I move to award the ADA ramps to bid to LB Construction Enterprises, Inc. in the amount of $49,900 and hereby authorize execution of the contract for same. I move to award the plantings for Whitmer Road Basin retrofit project to All Seasons Landscaping Company in the amount of $18,230 and hereby authorize execution of the contracts for the same.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, no further business, Bill? Then we will adjourn this meeting. Have a good night, everyone.